are back for new and short legislative session at the National Assembly. Premier Christine Fréchette is set to deliver an opening speech here in the Red Room, as it was the case last September for François Legault. Christine Fréchette wants to stand out from her predecessor's approach and will try to set a new tone to bring Quebecers together, especially in these difficult times.
On doit faire le maximum pour les Québécois, puis on va faire le maximum pour les Québécois.
Premier Fréchette wants to do more to support citizens tackling the rising cost of living, the housing crisis, and homelessness. Her government will give more power to municipalities to accelerate the construction of affordable housing.
Si on veut résoudre les crises qu'on traverse, on doit mieux collaborer.
Premier Fréchette wants the province to have its own constitution. The Justice Minister's controversial Bill 1 will be back on the legislative menu. Quebec's Domestic Security Minister will table a bill inspired by the British Clare's Law that allows women to have access to their current or ex-partner's conjugal violence background. A new piece of legislation will be tabled to preserve two ridings in the Gaspé and Montreal regions due to disappear for demographic reasons. And there is another priority.
Le ministre de la langue française déposera un projet de loi pour renouveler dès maintenant la clause de souveraineté parlementaire, la clause dérogatoire sur la loi 96.
When the CAQ first passed Bill 96 back in 2022, it invoked the notwithstanding clause to protect the language law from constitutional challenges. The government currently has until 2027 to renew that protection, but Premier Christine Fréchette has decided not to wait.
On doit donc prendre tous les moyens nécessaires pour protéger le français et la laïcité au Québec. Et ça passe nécessairement par l'utilisation de la clause dérogatoire.
Fréchette is also hoping that it will send a message to the more nationalist CAQ MNAs, ministers, and party members. It also puts pressure on one of her political opponents, Quebec Liberal Party leader Charles Milliard. He's faced with the task of attracting Francophone voters to the party without losing English-speaking Quebecers, and his stance on Bill 96 will factor into that.
It really is political tactics, and the fact that this is what Madame Fréchette chooses to put forward as her number one bill at a time where Quebecers struggle with healthcare, they struggle with paying the rent, they struggle with cost of life. I think it says more about her than it says about anybody else.
Since Christine Fréchette became Premier of Quebec, she stepped into the spotlight and filled the political scene. The opposition parties will try to reverse that momentum, while their main focus is the upcoming election campaign.
We're in the continuity of the CAQ in the sense that there's a strong emphasis on superficial communications.
MNAs are set to run a sprint with a legislative session that will only last a few weeks at the National Assembly. Premier Christine Fréchette will have to be very efficient at establishing a sense of renewal with her CAQ government that Quebecers have been rejecting in polls for months now.